Good day, everybody. It's June the 12th, and the year is 2022. Yesterday, I went out and watched Kamal Haasan's recent release, VIKRAM, in the theaters. And it's said to be a phenomenal blockbuster movie, overtaking all the previous records and crushing the other movies, the records of the other movies, be it the top stars in different regions or even the India's Bahubali, which said to be the top, and it is a top-notch movie to this day. I think it's a phenomenal movie, and they're anticipating Kamal Haasan's Vikram would overtake even Bahubali. So the hype and hoopla is really flying sky high, and my curiosity took me to the theaters and wanting to see what the hype and hoopla is all about. So, did it live up to the hype? I wouldn't know, but I can talk about the movie. I don't think anybody should, especially YouTubers, should come out and say, take it upon themselves as though they have all the merits and the rights to pass a verdict. No, you say what you think impressed you, and you can touch on the things that least impressed. As for the verdict, it's left to the audience. Now the audience have given their clear verdict. It's a winner. It looks like it's going to be a top-notch winner in the box office. When that happens, directors and the top stars and even the producers, the people who are investing the money, can make better movies. But if the movie is ridiculous and it's far-fetched and pandering to the entertainment addicted audience, thus becoming a mega hit, you can, in a very balanced to impartial way, point that out in your review, rather than giving marks and saying 3 out of 5 and 4 out of 5 and so on. Nobody has the right to, or the merits to do that. And the movies are always it's a collaborative effort. As I understand, 24 crafts coming together, and the experts and the technicians in those crafts work tirelessly day and night to make a movie become a success in the box office. And which means all these technicians, untold number of technicians, their families and children, it's a living, all the children and their families are depending on the success of the movie. So someone, a total non-entity who knows nothing, or probably even if they do know a few things, to come out on YouTube and say, denigrate the movie, or it's just say totally negative things in a very sarcastic manner, it's totally unacceptable. So let me touch on the things that impressed me. And to begin with, the movie is about it's about a drug cartel. It's an illicit, of course, drug. When you say drug, illicit drugs, opium, and they are marketing, or they're pushing drugs in the society. And the society is it's a menace. It's around the world, the societies are now, they cannot control this drug menace. Why? Because the people who should be in control, the people elected by us, are up on sale for money, and if they are, see, the police forces, even if you're an honest and policeman, it's hard to survive in the force when your superiors are all corrupt. Same thing in the politics. The people who we elect, are entrusted with the public trust. What do they do? Money overrules everything. I will refrain from saying anything further about it. That's why this business has become a menace in the world. No further explanation needed. So this movie is about a drug cartel pushing opium, and Kamal Haasan is an ex-RAW agent. RAW, the acronym stands for RAW. RAW, I think it's Research and Analysis Wing, an intelligence agency that's comparable to the CIA or the former KGB, which is now FSB, or even the Mossad of Israel. Every country has its own intelligence agencies. Some countries more than one agencies, like in US it's 17 agencies said to be, CIA at the top. So all that apart, without digressing, Kamal Haasan is a retired RAW agent who by circumstances who is leading a very anonymous life because of what is past by virtue of his job and doing the right thing in the society, and so you need to do some questionable things to implement law and order, so that becomes a question. And so these agents would like to lead and like to maintain their anonymity. So Kamal Haasan is one such agent, a very smart agent. Of course, he's the hero. And then we have Vijay Sethupathy, who's a kingpin in the drug cartel. And who else is there? We have two other. I'm not too sure. I think they are from the Malayalam industry. Who is playing a lead role? Does it very well. And then the corrupt police officer, who is cahoots with the drug cartel, and the politicians. So his subordinates have to follow his orders, and they're all on the payroll of this drug cartel. Who is at the top of the cartel? It's kept a suspense until the last scene, when they introduce one of your favorite, or probably I would say my favorite star, in a cameo role. Right now it's they let the cat out and everybody knows about this. They wanted to keep it secret. How long are you going to keep a movie secret? And well, it just you cannot keep a secret too long in movies. People are watching it. So anyways, interestingly, Kamal Haasan's it starts off with Kamal Haasan, who has a son. They're going back and forth whether it's a real son or adopted son, and then they're saying it's his real son, but he wants everybody to think that it's adopted son. And there's an infant child, a baby boy, not even a toddler. He's a baby boy who is not even able to. You have to carry me. He's not even able to walk. Mm. So uh, his 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 part is fulfilling or the serving the emotional quotient that movie needs in a fast-paced, uh, high octane movie, which is all about shooting and killing and violence and so on. And they have this infant baby boy who is who would without a doubt can steal anybody's heart. So what happens here in the movie? Let me talk about what impressed me. Vijay Sethupathy, a top star now in South India, and who has a way of acting more like uh, very subdued and being himself, and which has won the hearts and minds of the people. Of course, he has to do something about it. This is my criticism. I don't know if I have the right to. He's relatively a young man, but he could play character acting and whatnot. But he has to do something about his body. I mean, but it fits the character because he's. I think the director probably was looking at the real life characters, drug kingpins like El Chapo, who has escaped from the U.S. prison, very Slavan physique and you know. So Vijay Sethupathy fits the character quite well and does a good job. And then we have the part that the suspense element that's related to the character, the agent Tina. That was a good suspense. Don't want to divulge anything, so you find out watching the movie. And then Amar is a character, is just as a Malayalam actor, if I'm not mistaken. Amar telling Vijay that he's an emotional idiot and downplaying the deaths of Vijay's family members and saying that you do this job because you believe in it for the society, not because you want to avenge your personal losses, such as your family members becoming victims or losing life in the process, and deriding Vijay. I think Vijay is the name. I don't know the actor's real name, but let me refer to him as Vijay. So he's this character Amar, the actor who is playing Amar, is deriding him and scoffing and scorning at him, and he says you're a emotional idiot. You do this because you have to believe you're doing the right thing, not for your personal losses. And he says, what about you? He says, I'm not an emotional idiot like you. My emotions are here. No, and so he's being very judgmental, and he's saying he would do the right thing for the right reasons, not driven by emotions. But the same fate hits him. His wife gets killed, and he's doing the same thing. I mean, this is the human fiber. We are very judgmental about things when it happens to the others, but when we are subjected to the same fate, we sometimes even act much worse, right? So that struck me in a subtle and even it's a profound thing, but it's portrayed in a very subtle way in the movie. And then the part where Karthi from the old movie 2019 Kaidi, where he's playing the character Dilly, is being introduced in the background. They're not showing Karthi, but they're showing his daughter, now 3 years older. It looks a little bigger, and it's more like the Easter egg, to use an expression, and showing him where he's praying in his village hut, and the daughter is outside. And at one point they're saying he's the one behind in the climax, saying all that. They're not blaming Kamal Haasan, the Roy agent who's taking down this entire, who's on a mission to take down this drug cartel. And someone is saying to the top, they're introducing the top guy in the drug cartel, and it's your favorite hero, and it's my favorite too. And he's appearing in the climax for less than 3 minutes, but he really pulls it off. And you know, his dedication, and when he takes on a role, how he works, how hard he would mold himself for the character. That's his strength. So he plays this psychotic role. So I guess Karthi is going to be, the groundwork is being laid very well to bring the movie Kaidi sequel and Kamal Haasan's VIKRAM combined in the next sequel. So it's obvious to the audience that's what the director is trying to do. So, and the last but not least, what struck me in the movie, when Vikram, also known as Karnan in the movie, was suspected for taking down the drug ring to avenge his son's death, he states that he was going after the drug cartel, and he wants to get to the top and destroy and decimate the drug cartel, not because of his son's death, not to avenge his son's death, but because it's for the society, we have to leave this world, for our posterior, we have to leave a better world, and this menace is taking over the world. And that seems to be the crux of the message, a great message, but I don't know whether the audience connect with the message, because that's a message, but it seems like subtle in the backdrop when Kamal Haasan says this. But people are all about the hype and hoopla, whistling and all that for their hero, and the audience live in a different realm, or the unrealistic world where the movie stars are portrayed as superheroes, and so that's what the audience want. But what's my takeaway? This is my takeaway. Is it a phenomenal movie, living up to the hype and hoopla? Well, you're the judge. This is my review, or my takeaway, and I'll leave it. And I wish Kamal Haasan the very best, because he deserves this. All this, he dedicated his life to cinema industry, and I mean, he's a very versatile actor and a very, very intelligent man. And I don't believe he was given the rightful place in the industry. He deserves much more. At least this movie, he's in his, I guess, in his old age now, in his 60s. He deserves this by all means. So to that end, I'm happy. I wish him very well. And he's a very intelligent man. And I guess my very best wishes to everybody. On that note, I'll wind up this.